When home loan rates hit a record low, it makes for a special show to answer some basic questions on how you can benefit and make the most of it. Good evening, I'm Manisha Natarajan. Today we have home loan rates at 6.7% by India's largest lender, HDFC and SBI. Kotak Mahindra Bank has a special rate of 6.65% till 31st March. And State Bank of India has even waived off all processing fee on a home loan till 31st March 2021. Now, why are we excited? Because it makes it cheaper for you to buy a home today than it was 10 years ago and even 5 years ago. But I'm only going to do the 10-year comparison. Look at this. Your EMI or monthly payment on every lakh of home loan in 2011 would have been 1,105 rupees because home loan rates were at 10.5% for a 15-year loan. Today, this EMI is down to 882 rupees per lakh. That's a saving of rupees 220 per lakh of loan. So assume you take a loan of 50 lakhs. Guess what? You will save 11,000 rupees per month in monthly EMI payments. That's actually a 22% reduction on monthly EMIs in 10 years. How can you make the most of this home loan bonanza? Pick up the phone and call us, and we have with us some of the best names to give you the best answers. Adil Shetty, CEO at bankbazaar.com, joins us, and we also have with us Rahul Soota, Executive Director at Money Mantra. Gentlemen, thank you very much for joining me. We have so many questions that I don't think I have time to ask my own. So I'm going to take this very first question, which has come from a gentleman who says that, Saurabh Rawat, who says, I have a home loan from State Bank of India at 7.2%. How can I avail the current rate of interest? He's saying I'm still stuck here, but is it too soon? Rahul, will you take that question? When will State Bank of India give this reduced rate to existing home loan borrowers?
Good evening, Manisha, and it's a pleasure being on the show. You're making it sound like Diwali has come early this year.
No, it hasn't. I'm glad you just dampened my exuberance a little bit.
Not at all. I guess the economy does need this exuberance, and genuinely, these are good times for home loan buyers. So back to the question that your viewer asked. The simple answer to that one is that you have an existing loan, sir. That loan is probably linked to an external benchmark, which is probably the repo rate if you took the loan recently. As soon as those repo rates come off, you will automatically get the benefit of the reduction in rate. What does happen, and you must be surprised that SBI, if you borrowed from them, and now the interest rate for new borrowers is slightly cheaper than what you're paying. Two reasons. One is your loan probably gets repriced every 3 months. So you need to wait for that cycle to happen. Secondly, like I mentioned earlier, the repo rate itself needs to come down. And thirdly, at times, banks run special schemes and they reduce the rates for new borrowers. So that's what seems to be happening right now. So just have patience and hopefully you'll get the benefit soon.
Adil, is that correct? Because what I'm reading is that at least some of the banks have said and finance companies have said that the reduced rates are also applicable to existing customers and customers who transfer the home loan.
So I think Rahul made a good point that you need to see if your rate goes down. Because when the repo rate changes, it typically takes 3 months for the adjustment to hit your rate. Now, that being said, right, I think you need to check if you are borrowing now and taking a fresh loan, what is the best rate in the market? Now, that might or might not be lower than 7.2%. The reason I say that, right, is while the lowest rate is 6.7%, that depends on your credit score, that depends on your loan amount, that depends whether there's a woman co-borrower or not. So you might or might not be eligible for a lower rate. Now, if you're eligible for a lower rate, you have two choices. One, you can stick to your existing bank about refinancing and getting rates which is now available to a new borrower, or you can apply to a different bank on the refinance. So there's a set of various questions and answers you need to go through to determine what is the right answer for you.
All right, let's take the next question. What is the percentage of loan allowed on the value of house, and are loans available on other expenses that I will have, which is stamp duty, brokerage, etc.? Adil, to you.
So This can go as high as 90%, but it's a function of the loan amount, right? So different banks have different rules. You can check online, and we've seen that some lenders will say less than 30 lakhs will do 90%, 30 lakhs to 75 lakhs will do 80%. So it really depends upon the lender you're speaking with. And lenders have schemes under which they can cover stamp duty. So it really depends on who you're applying to. And this becomes one of the considerations. So for the loan amount you want, for the stamp duty you want, who's willing to offer you the best deal?
All right. All right, so you're saying anywhere between 80 to 90% depending on some parameters. It's not a straight principle. I'm going to ask you this question, Rahul, which is actually on the top of my mind. Like you said, too much exuberance. What about even asking that very basic question, should I be buying a home if I don't own one just because interest rates are low?
I think it's a fantastic question. Most of us buy our first home because, we need that peace of mind. It does provide us a sense of security. So my answer would be that first and foremost, you need to ensure that you have sufficient savings. Secondly, you should have stable income. Thirdly, you should be able to afford the EMI on the loan that you're going to be borrowing. If all these are a tick, then I guess today is as good a time as any to purchase your dream home because the property prices have been flattish over the past several years. As the economy is picking up, we are finding transaction levels go up, and it's possible that property prices start rising. Secondly, you also have the big benefit of interest rates being at practically all-time lows. So it's a good time to buy if the answer to the first three questions I mentioned is
all
true.
Right. Adil, there's another big debate, which is rent versus buy. The younger generation has always opened a spreadsheet and said, you know what, it's cheaper for me to rent. But I've sensed that there has been a change during the pandemic. Do you see the transaction numbers and the age profile changing in terms of people who are now beginning to believe that owning at least one home should be within the financial decisions they take?
Yeah, I think we clearly see that people realize the value in having a nice home because we're spending so much of our time in home in the lockdown. So people in the past who might not have thought about it, I think definitely are thinking about buying a home today. And I think two other things are really helping that, right? So one is, like you rightly pointed out, home loan rates are the lowest they've been in 15 years. And also a number of state governments have cut stamp duty if you buy your home now and register it. So whether it's Bangalore, Karnataka, whether it's Maharashtra, there's up to a 2% reduction in stamp duty if you register now. So we see a lot more people thinking about home loans. And in spite of the lockdown, what the Bank Bazaar Money Mood report shows is that the home loan demand has continued and the home loan ticket sizes have actually edged up.
All right, let me take this question now. Subhash Chand has sent us this email. How can we get a home loan on a plot that belongs to our father who is no more without transferring ownership? Rahul, is that possible? And then the larger question, do I get a loan only on a constructed house, or if I have land and I would like to construct it, or can I actually get it for land and plotted developments?
Understood. So that's lots of questions. Let me try and answer each of them. Can you get a loan to purchase a plot? Yes, Manisha, you can. Can you get a loan to construct on a plot? Yes, you can, and several borrowers take those loans. Can this family, who unfortunately lost their father, take a loan on that very plot without transferring it in their names? That's not likely. You will need to, you'll probably have a will that your father has left behind. You'll need to get a probate order. You need to get yourselves the name in the ownership title documents changed. Mm-hmm. Once that is done, the banks will be more than happy to lend to you depending on your income.
All right, PMAY. Now, this is a very interesting discussion, and I have a question also related to it. Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana. So this was implemented 2 years ago, where the government said that if you have an income of under 18 lakhs, and there are of course various slabs on it, you will get a subsidy, credit subsidy from the government. I have a very interesting question from Abhishek Srivastav, and Adil, you might be in a good position to answer this. I've borrowed a home loan from one of the national banks. However, I've not received the benefit of PMAY subsidy of 2.67 lakh, even though I'm eligible for it. Is there a delay? And if I club the PMAY subsidy to a fresh loan at 6.7%, does it bring down my interest rates down even further?
So to qualify for the scheme, there are certain clear parameters. This include the size of the property, the value of the loan, the income of the applicant. Now, if you qualify for it, right, you should automatically get the benefit. I think this is a very specific case which needs to be looked into further, because if you're eligible for this 2.67 lakh benefit, right, and this interest rate subsidy, it should automatically be flowing to you. So I think this needs to be looked at in more detail.
But there is no delay, not that you've heard of, if I'm eligible for it, I've applied to it, for it, it should come automatically.
Yes.
All right. This is an interesting question. Can I transfer my loan multiple times? Seems like the viewer or the person who's written has already transferred it once, got the benefit of a cheaper rate. He wants to know whether he can transfer it again, Rahul. And that big question of whether he will be charged a penalty for transferring or any fees for transferring.
Well, short answer is that you can transfer your home loan multiple times. There is no rule against that. Having said that, so it'll be important for you to ensure, that there is a substantial saving for you at any point in time when you're looking to transfer your loan. I would say minimum benefit that you should be getting should be 25 basis points, ideally 50 basis points, because there is a lot of paperwork involved. There will be some fee that you need to pay to the new bank as you transfer. So you need to weigh that versus the interest rate saving that you will get. These are the considerations that you need to keep in mind.
A very, very basic question. Go ahead, Rahul, you were saying something?
Yeah, sorry, you had another question. You asked about
the penalty.
The prepayment.
Are there any charges that I have to pay?
On home loans, you don't need to pay any charges when you are transferring your loan. So there is no prepayment penalty applicable.
And in case the housing finance company or the bank says that they're going to charge, then is it against the law?
It's not correct, and you can, write to them. You can write to the ombudsman, and I'm sure you'll get the relief.
Very, very basic question. Again, on an email, I have an account with SBI. I have been asking them for a loan. I haven't got it from them. So I think this is terribly basic on what decides my home loan eligibility. You did outline that, Adil, but is there a reason why this gentleman might have got rejected?
So, see, there are multiple reasons why the gentleman could have got rejected. I think I can answer the question by telling you what are the factors that determine eligibility, what could be in your control. So what can you do something about, and what are things you can't do anything about. So the kinds of things you can do something about is your credit score. So today we've seen, along with the 6.7 announcements, right, there have been conditions put saying that SBI said if your credit score is over 800, you can avail of 6.7. Other lender might not have said 800, but they might have said 750. Sometimes, right, you can increase your eligibility by adding a co-applicant. So let's say my income is not sufficient, but my income and my wife's income might be sufficient for us to get a loan. Sometimes if you add a woman co-borrower, co-applicant, you can get a even better deal. Now, this gentleman could have been rejected because maybe he's very close to retirement, and hence the loan tenor that they're able to sanction is very low. So if he gets a co-applicant who's younger, maybe the tenor will be higher. So I think a number of factors like this, right? Income, age, co-applicant, and most importantly, credit score. So we're telling people nowadays, please be aware of your credit score. Don't let it go to the dogs. In fact, check it online every month, because it could be the determining factor between whether you get a loan or not.
And if I'm not wrong, a couple of missed credit card payments can also dampen your credit score quite substantially. And if you've defaulted on a car loan EMI or a personal loan EMI, guess what? It can come back to haunt you maybe even 5 or 10 years later. It doesn't go away from your credit history. All right, the tenure of a loan, it's an extremely important question. There are two views, whether we should take a shorter tenure of 15 years or the longest tenure, which could be 25 and sometimes 30 years of a home loan when considering one. We'll be back and get the answers from the experts. Stay with us. Have fallen to a record low, and our experts have just said if you have steady income, you've realized the importance of owning your own home in the pandemic, this is perhaps the best time for you to action on it. But what about the tenure of the loan? Jyoti had written us this email, and I believe she's also on a call. Jyoti, hi, go ahead.
Hi. So a lot of reports say 15 years is ideal, some say 20 years is ideal. So I wanted to ask, what's the ideal tenure for a home loan?
Rahul, would you like to take that question? What is an ideal tenure? And you know, the reason I ask is because if you even research on the subject matter, some say take the shortest because your interest outgo as a percentage of your home loan becomes extremely high the longer the tenure.
Yes, so Jyoti, this is what I have for you. Firstly, the tenor of the loan has an impact on the total loan amount. So if you're aiming to get, say, 50 lakhs, and when the bank does the calculation, they tell you that if you take a 15-year loan, we can only lend you 40 lakhs, while if you take a 20-year loan, I can lend you 50 lakhs, then my suggestion would be take the longer tenor, because you do need that money, otherwise you'll need to cough off the difference yourself. Secondly, I think it's always advisable to take a slightly easier EMI or lower EMI upfront, because in the initial years there are so many expenses that you're not budgeted for, because this is the first time you're moving into your home and you don't know what costs are going to come. You can always prepay the loan later. Just to give you a sense, between a 15-year loan and a 20-year loan, there's a rough estimate of about 15% difference in the EMI. So that's quite substantial. You might feel more comfortable taking a slightly longer tenor and then reducing it as you go along.
Okay, let's bring in our next caller. We've got Satyanarayanan on the call. Go ahead, sir. What's your question for our experts?
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening.
My question is that if I'm already taken a loan, and is it possible for me to co-opt my wife as the co-partner in the loan that I am already on?
Okay. Adil?
So when you are already on a loan, you've signed a home loan agreement. So typically that home loan agreement will never get modified. What you can consider, right, is you can consider refinancing, which is going in for a new home loan. So when you refinance, right, you can always add your wife as the co-applicant at that time. If your wife is also the co-owner of the property, in many cases, right, you can even get a 5 basis points less rate on the home loan when you refinance.
All right. Is it a good idea to refinance, Adil, especially if we can also get a lower interest rates? What would your advice be?
So I think Rahul covered this when he said that if you're getting a benefit, right, and rule of thumb is, let's say, 0.25%, 0.5%, I think one should carefully think about savings. Rates are at the lowest in 15 years. In fact, you know, we had done a study recently wherein there was a 50 lakh home loan borrower who was paying about 8.6% currently, and they just refinanced at 7.2% and saved about 9 lakhs on the EMI future savings. And there's another thing we're recommending at Bank Bazaar, saying when you refinance and you get the lower rate, try not to reduce your EMI, because when the rate goes down, right, the new borrower or your existing borrower will say that, oh, your EMI goes down. But if you're capable of paying the EMI, say, no, I'll pay the same EMI, and we're calling that the switch hit. So your savings almost double, because number one, the interest came down, And number two, because you paid the same EMI,
Tenure.
your tenor came down.
Coming down. Okay, very quick question because we have just 30 seconds. Rahul, there's one email which says that do I have to take an insurance along with my home loan, which is being asked?
It's not mandatory to take term insurance along with your loan. Having said that, this is probably the single largest financial commitment you're making. You want to ensure that in case of any eventuality, your family is covered. The credit insurance that you get along with the home loan is cheaper
Right.
than a normal term insurance. So I would suggest that you do take it. The one caveat, if you're taking a 15-year loan, it's possible for you to reduce the entire cost of the insurance by just covering it for, say, half the tenor. Because what we have found is many of our customers are able to repay their loans within 6 to 7 years, even if they take a 15-year loan.
Okay.
That way, you can reduce the cost of the insurance upfront.
Fantastic tips right at the end, but great wrap out. Thank you, gentlemen, for joining me. And to all our viewers, thank you for joining us. Have a great evening.